Alright. Let's see.
Idle time is wasted time. Let's get on it.
Whoa. I'm going to explore a bit up here. I came from this way, right? Yeah. So
I am unable
this
to
alright, that's the way into the main hall area. Let's save. And let's look around real quick.
Enemies approaching.
Whoo, 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 whoo. No. Why are you guys attacking me? There we go. Oh, what? No, look at the... Alright.
Oh? Your wish? It's done.
Yes. And...
I finished.
yes. Alright. Redcliffe Vault Key. Alright. Aw, Alistair. Aw, baby. Alright. Guess let's go upstairs, see what's going on. Okay. Ooh, alright, okay, alright, hello. Yes! And Liliana leveled up. Good. Alright, now let's check out this vault.
That wasn't so bad.
A lot of good stuff. Yes. Good. Alright. And let's save again. So I don't accidentally run into Connor up here. Because once you run into Connor, it puts you in a battle that you can't get out of, so I need to be very, very careful while I'm up here. Yeah, see, Connor's right there. I'm not gonna do that. Woo! Alright, let's get this done. Go! Fuck yourselves. Alright, good. Yes, and okay. I think we're good up here. Besides this one. This room. Yes. Alright, and... oh!
I can do that for you. What's next?
Okay, let's go.
I don't understand. You look like a woman.
Because I am a woman? What's not to understand about that?
You are a Grey Warden. So it follows that you can't be a woman.
What? Why not?
Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight.
Okay. That isn't a universal truth.
Why would women ever wish to be men? That makes no sense.
I don't like what you're saying. They don't wish to be men, they wish to be women who fight.
Do they also wish to live on the moon? That's as attainable.
I'm a woman and I'm fighting.
One of those things can't be true. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control. We do not choose, we simply are.
Yeah, that's true. But a person can choose what to do with their life.
Can they? We'll see.
Then you're an odd one.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I have something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
Alright. You have a friend outside the Grey Wardens?
I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But, after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
Alright. That's wonderful news.
She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
Okay. If you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Okay, no problem.
Yes?
Yes, I have some questions.
Of course.
Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
That's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me likes you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Alright. Doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al-Eman is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's alright. Oh, I hope he's alright. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
I liked you, now I don't even know who you are. That's like horrible, he's still the same person. Don't worry about it, Alistair, no harm done.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Oh, what a cutie patootie.
Yes? Of course.
Never mind. What about, do you have anything,
Yeah.
other stuff? Discuss something private.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, kiss him. Just like straight out, just go in for the kill. Yes. There you go.
Oh, you want to right now? Well, who am I to refuse?
Awkward. I bet all the people in camp are like, what the fuck?
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
My hair? Thank you.
It's very nice, and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. One year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair.
Ew.
Chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
Poor birds.
Yes, I don't envy them. She never washed her hair. But I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
Well, I wouldn't. I'm a very hard person to offend, so, well, we are friends, aren't we?
Yes, very much so. I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
Alright. You are a treasured friend, Leliana.
Thank you. I am honored that you feel that way.
Aw.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated, and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais, and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
Well, we know why she left, because she wanted to follow her, whatever you would call it, her master, whatever. What happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Well, you were young, it's understandable.
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on. Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Alright. It sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
Huh. What sorts of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see.
Ooh.
Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
You're funny. You can get nice shoes in Denerim.
Perhaps. Ferelden folk are so much more practical. I don't see them making use of something simply for its looks. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe.
Aww.
The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
They're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
You're cute, Liliana.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
What's on your mind?
I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Someone told me this a long time ago.
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
And the bards are spies?
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Okay. What sort of services does a bard offer?
What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate? It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You're not just some innocent sister. You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why were you living cloistered, sister, and what?
I found myself in Ferelden, and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to see the Maker brought me here.
Aw. Sweet girl.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Nothing. Alright. Sten, let us talk.
Yes,
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Fucking asshole.
Very well.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Let's move on.
This is so stupid. Let's
As you
go.
wish.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Is there anything that can be done for a possessed mage?
'Tis the child abomination you speak of from the haunted castle? If what you seek is to remove the demon from the child without harming the child, there is a way indeed. There is a connection between the child and the demon, one which can be followed to the demon's true form within the Fade. There, the demon can be battled directly. Only a mage may enter the Fade. It requires lyrium and a group of mages to cast the ritual, neither of which we have, yes? And, had we those things, it would still fall on one mage alone to defeat the demon. No simple task, but there you have it.
Alright.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
Found it on the road. Whatever. I found it in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Jarl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
'Cause he fucking cares about you? Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Of course I remembered. You're special to me.
Is this the part when the music starts and we begin dancing? Because I'm game. Where's the minstrels?
Well, Leanna's a minstrel.
So, all this time we've spent together. You know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
Makes me tear up just thinking about it.
There'll be no more running for our lives. No more darkspawn. And no more camping in the middle of nowhere. I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal.
Aww.
I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
Aww, Alistair's... Okay. I think I already do.
So I fooled you, did I?
Aww.
Good to know.
Oh no! Ah!
That wasn't too soon, was it?
Aw, you're cute. Definitely too soon for that. I don't know, I need more testing to be sure.
Well, I'll have to arrange that then, won't I? Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man.
Oh!
Let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome.
So will you tell me now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Okay. Are you saying you put yourself in that cage? No. What do you mean by a weak mind?
That is complicated. I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Alright. That sounds... I don't want to make it about me. What happened to the other Qunari?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Let's see. Could you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Sten, you're adorable.
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Okay. Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Qunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Oh my goodness. He likes cookies. Ah. He's never had a cookie before. Oh my gosh. Oh. Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
You sound a bit homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharan. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
You left out rotting garbage.
True. I was trying to forget that part. Shall we move on?
Don't Qunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
But that makes the turtle stronger.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
Well, I have to remember that he comes from a different culture with different ideals. I suppose that's true.
Shall we move on?
Want to discuss something you mentioned?
Speak, then.
Never mind.
Then I suggest we move on.
Okay, let's go.
As you wish.
Holy shit, he got 19 approval from that.
Hi guys, Hidden Moon here, just coming on to let y'all know that after this part I did do the Stone Prisoner DLC. So, yeah, and that's going to be uploaded right after this part, so that's why this part is a little shorter than normal. So, yeah, that's all I had to say. Bye!
Some laugh at me. I no longer mind. Once upon a time I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will. And while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, the sidelong glances of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened by magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. She told me of the Magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me all these things because she said the talent ran in our family's blood. And so it ran in mine. All my young life I had dreaded the thought, prayed to the Maker that I was not so cursed. But I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart, I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and danger. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into an abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower, my only defense should a demon attempt to enslave me, but it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark and lonely place? Then, my heroine came at last, my final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the rite of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the Fade, and thus I would never dream and no demon could ever touch me. But I would also be unable to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Now I serve in other ways. We Tranquil manage the archives. We run the tower, purchase the supplies, and maintain the accounts. Our condition will allow us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we are the ones who enchant the magical items. We are like the merchants who sell these items to those the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus we Tranquil are vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they would be worse off without me. They may think me a failure, but there is no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Eden the Meek, Tranquil of the Circle of Magi of Starkhaven, the Free Marches. He was sent with a small group of Kunari soldiers to investigate the Blight and report back. Outside Lothering, they were ambushed by Darkspawn. They fought off the attack, but only Sten survived. Farmers found him dying and took him in, but when he awoke alone and unarmed, he panicked, killing the entire family. Realizing he had sacrificed his honor, Sten waited for the villagers to come and surrendered, expecting death. Sten has an eye for paintings, an appreciation that might seem out of character, but is actually an extension of Kunari discipline. He respects an artist for careful composition, a skill that is as much about where the brushstroke stops as where it begins.